Hey friends, welcome. If you've ever dreamed of traveling back in time to an era of geniuses, breathtaking art and beauty that changed everything, then get ready. We're about to land in Florence, the cradle of the Italian Renaissance. But we're not going on a boring tour. This is a competition, a challenge. Can we find the 10 greatest treasures of this city, from 10th to 1st, and discover why each one is a true masterpiece? I promise that by the end of this journey, you'll want to book a flight. So without further ado, let's get started. In 10th place in our competition, we have a place that is pure history and genius, the Basilica of Santa Croce. Look at its walls, its vaults. This place is not just a church, it's the pantheon of Italian glories. Here beneath our feet lie the remains of giants. Imagine this. In one place you can find the tombs of Michelangelo, the master of David, of Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science who challenged the church, and even of Machiavelli, the political philosopher who wrote The Prince. Do you realize? The brains and art of the Renaissance are here. The history of this basilica dates back to the 13th century, and its role as a pantheon was established by a 19th century poet who saw it as the ideal place for great Italians. One of its greatest attractions besides the tombs is the Pazzi Chapel, a masterpiece of Renaissance architecture, a temple of harmony. Admission for adults is €8. An interesting fact, Dante Alighieri's tomb is in an impressive cenotaph inside the basilica, but his body is not here. He died in exile and was buried in the city of Ravenna. Florence tried for centuries to recover his remains, but Ravenna refused. A bittersweet fact. We climb to number 9 with an escape from the city. The Boboli Gardens, located behind the imposing Pitti Palace, are truly a green lung. But make no mistake, this is not just any park. Created by the Medici family in the 16th century, these gardens were designed for pure pleasure and luxury. Grand Duke Cosimo I made sure they were a symbol of power and sophistication. Look around you. Fountains, statues of deities and heroes, secret grottos, and even a Roman amphitheater. Admission to the gardens is €10, and it's an investment in peace and beauty. One attraction you can't miss is the mysterious Buontalenti Grotto, with sculptures that seem to emerge from the stone. It's art in its most natural and surprising form. An interesting curiosity. In the center of the garden, there's a small artificial island with a statue of Neptune that in the sunlight looks like it's rising from the water. Also, the Medici used these gardens to host the most extravagant parties and events. If you're looking for a place to feel Renaissance luxury, this is your oasis. In 8th place, right next to the gardens, stands the Pitti Palace. This was not just a home, it was the epicenter of power. Originally built for a banker, Luca Pitti, it was bought by the Medici family and transformed into their main residence and the center of ducal power. The palace's history is fascinating. It has been home to 3 dynasties, the Medici, the Lorraine, and the Savoy, each leaving their mark. Today, the palace is a complex of several museums. The Palatine Gallery, for example, houses one of the largest art collections in the world, with works by Raphael, Titian, and Rubens hanging in the very rooms where the dukes once lived. Admission to the palace and all its galleries is €16, and believe me, this place is a gold mine. The palace has one of the most imposing stone facades in the entire city, with giant stone blocks, giving it a sense of immense strength. In 7th place, we find ourselves in the heart of Florence's political life, Piazza della Signoria. Since the Middle Ages, it has been the civic center of the city. Here stands the Palazzo Vecchio, which has served as the town hall for nearly 7 centuries. Climbing its tower makes you feel part of that history. In the square, the Loggia dei Lanzi is an open-air sculpture gallery, a public museum where you can see Cellini's statue of Perseus with the head of Medusa. But the main attraction is the replica of Michelangelo's David, right where the original once stood. Entry to the square is free, but if you want to enter the Palazzo Vecchio and its tower, the price is €17. In this square, in the year 1498, the Dominican friar Savonarola was burned alive after leading a revolt against the power of the Medici family. Today, A plaque commemorates the exact spot of his execution. And here's a fun fact. Although the statue of David is a replica, the Perseus is the original. It's a lesson in history and art that stays with you. In sixth place, we enter the pantheon of the family that controlled it all. The Basilica of San Lorenzo was the parish church of the Medici, but its true jewel is the Medici chapels. History tells us that the family hired the best artists of the era to create this sacred place. Michelangelo, a genius at his peak, was in charge of the new sacristy, a mausoleum that houses the tombs of princes and dukes, with his sculptures of the allegories of day and night. The main attractions here are Michelangelo's sculptures, which make you feel small. Look at the detail in the muscles, the expression. It's pure life in marble. To enter the basilica, the price is €7, and for the Medici chapels, it's €10. The Chapel of the Princes, with its dome, was conceived as a place to celebrate the family's glory, with mosaics and precious marbles that almost blind you. We reach the halfway point of our list with one of the city's most iconic sites, the Ponte Vecchio. This medieval bridge, which crosses the Arno River, is truly a spectacle. Its history is legendary. It is said that in ancient times, the bridge was home to butchers and tanners. But in 1593, Duke Ferdinand I decided he could no longer stand the smell and ordered them replaced by goldsmiths and jewelers. The main attraction of the bridge is, without a doubt, the shops that line it, a legacy of the Renaissance that has survived through time. Walking across it at sunset, when the golden light bathes the river, is a magical experience. Entrance to the bridge is completely free. This is the only bridge in Florence that was spared from being bombed by the Germans during World War II. It is said that Hitler was so impressed by its beauty that he ordered it not to be destroyed, although he did have the surrounding buildings demolished. In fourth place, we have a place that houses one of the most famous sculptures in history. The Accademia Gallery was founded in the 18th century to teach art students, but today it is home to a single work of art that outshines everything else: Michelangelo's David. The David, which stands 5 meters tall, is not just a statue. It is a symbol of strength, freedom, and human perfection. It was carved by Michelangelo when he was only 26 years old. Besides the David, the gallery also houses other important works by Michelangelo, such as the slaves, which seem to be trying to free themselves from the marble. The entrance fee is €16, and believe me, the experience of standing before this masterpiece is priceless. We reach the podium with one of the most important art galleries on the planet. The Uffizi Gallery is a journey to the heart of the Italian Renaissance. It was built by the architect Giorgio Vasari to house the offices of the Medici family, but later it became their private gallery. Today, it is a public treasure. Here you can find masterpieces like Botticelli's Birth of Venus, Leonardo da Vinci's Annunciation, and Titian's Venus of Urbino. The entrance fee is €25, and I suggest buying your tickets in advance because the lines are huge. Here's a fun fact. The Uffizi not only houses art, it also has a collection of artists' self-portraits that is unique in the world, including those by Raphael, Rembrandt, and the Baroque painter Artemisia Gentileschi. In our penultimate spot, we have the complex that defines the skyline of Florence. The Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, with its white, pink, and green marble, is a dazzling work of art. Right next to it, Giotto's Bell Tower, a freestanding tower 85 meters tall, rises majestically. The construction of the cathedral took more than a century and was a monumental effort by the city. The main attraction here is the incredible view you get. You can climb Giotto's Bell Tower with its 414 steps to get a view of the dome, or climb the dome itself. Climbing the bell tower is a challenge, but the reward is a 360-degree view of Florence. Entry to the cathedral is free, but if you want to climb the bell tower and other areas, the combined pass costs €20. The bell tower, although it bears the name of the artist Giotto, was only directed by him for a few years, and most of the work was done by Andrea Pisano. And at number 1, the undisputed winner of our countdown, the work that changed everything, Brunelleschi's dome. This dome is not just the top of the cathedral, it is a symbol of human genius. In the 15th century, no one knew how to build such a large dome. But the architect Filippo Brunelleschi, after years of study, invented a method to build it without scaffolding, an engineering feat that still amazes the world. Climbing the dome is a unique experience, and when you reach the top, You can see up close the frescoes by Giorgio Vasari depicting the Last Judgment. The price to climb the dome is €20, and it is the only way to see the frescoes up close. The most important attraction of the dome is, without a doubt, the 360-degree view of Florence. From here you can see everything we've seen: the rooftops of the city, the Arno River, the Ponte Vecchio, and the hills of Tuscany. It's the most impressive view you will ever have. Brunelleschi, to protect his construction secrets, left no plans of how he did it. The method remained a secret for a long time. And so, friends, we come to the end of our journey through Florence's top 10. I hope this tour has shown you that this city is not just a museum. It's an adventure, a challenge, and a source of inspiration. Now, the final challenge is for you. Which of these places would you like to visit? And if you've already been to Florence, what was your favorite spot? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this virtual trip, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next adventure. See you next time, and thank you for joining me.